मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May the Divine lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Sunday service today, and today's topic is the human form of the Divine Mother. So at the outset, I'd like to say about what Holy Mother said about the Divine Mother. Swami Vivekananda said about the Divine Mother. Swami Vivekananda wrote a wonderful poem about the Divine Mother called Amba Stotram. In that he said the Divine Mother is all manifest and she is active as everything doing here. The world is the play. All good and bad are her play. So one who can find the Divine Mother playing in whatever way she likes, and is the play of our beloved Mother, then one can accept the God totally and fully and understand the Divine Mother. One has to be very strong to worship Divine Mother. In this Amba Stotram, she says, Ya mama janma vinayatyati dukkha margai asiddhita sakalitair lalitair vilasai Ya me matim subidhade satatam dharanyam samba shiva mamagati safale afaleva. She who since birth has ever led me on through paths of trouble to perfection's goal, mother wise, in her own sweet, playful ways, she who has always through my life inspired my understanding, she my mother, she the divine, the all is my resort, whether my work done with full fruition or with none. Mother is my everything. Whatever she makes me do, I do that way. So total surrender to the will of Mother. And through all the troubles that she takes me in life is for my good, and through that she is upholding me and taking me towards her bosom. So I am moving towards Holy Mother, towards the Divine Mother, through all tribulations and suffering and misery that happens in the world. There is nothing that is really that bad in the world that happens to us, because we are moving with that idea. If we face the challenges of life, every challenge can be handled so well. To accept these is very, weak persons cannot do it. Person has to be very strong to accept the difficulties and challenges at the grace of the Divine Mother. Holy Mother used to tell people, complain so much of trouble, so much of suffering, where is the grace of God? Holy Mother said that very suffering is the grace of God. Through the suffering, the God is taking you towards Himself. So we are coming closer to God, passing through all the miseries of life. So that is what Swami Vivekananda in this beautiful hymn called Amba Stotram, or the hymn on the Divine Mother, says. And today's topic is the human form of the Divine Mother. So we know how the Divine Mother means God in the human form, God in the feminine aspect, that is the Divine Mother. So Divine Mother, God in feminine aspect, has been worshipped not only in the Hinduism but in all religions, mostly in Catholicism. There is so much of manifestation of the Mother Mary in different forms. You listen now and then. It's just the listening or fancy of the mind. People find a lot of peace and inspiration when they visit the temple of Guadalupe or temple of Fatima, where they find Divine Mother manifested. So Mother aspect of God is very soothing and very comforting, especially when we are in trouble. Whom we call when we are children, we used to call our mother always. Mother, mummy, ma, that was our call coming spontaneously when we are in trouble. So whenever we find difficulty, we call Mother. Swami Vivekananda jokingly used to say, when I am comfortable, I say Brahman is the reality. That I meditate upon, that indivisible, all-inclusive Brahman. But when I have stomach ache, I call Mother, Mother, please protect me, I am having pain. So whenever we are in trouble, we are seeking the help of the Divine Mother. So in fact, when we call God, it's always the aspect of the Divine Mother we call God. God, please protect me from this. Please save me from this. That's when we cry to God to save us, to protect us. Pahimam, Trahimam, we say in Sanskrit, please protect me, please save me. All that is to the Divine Mother, whether you call it a male God or female God. That aspect of protection and your caring, that is the motherly aspect. So that we can call Divine Mother. The concept of Divine Mother in Hinduism comes from Brahman as the ultimate reality, and the Brahman, if it ultimate reality is without any quality, without any activity. The reality is, it does nothing, it has no quality, so it is very, someone says, non-transactionable. You can do nothing with the Brahman. Brahman is just is. It is Satchidananda, it might be. It is blissful, and it is consciousness, it is awareness. But after that, nothing, no creation, nothing happening. There is no transaction activity in the Brahman. So how this, and that alone is the reality. Then what about this world that we experience? So it is explained as the act of Shakti. Shakti is the divine power of that Brahman. That Brahman is actionless, it doesn't act, but its power acts. So subtle way to differentiate between the reality and its power. And they are inseparable. When we say Divine Mother, it is also the Brahman. So Sri Ramakrishna very beautifully describes, when a snake is moving, I call it is Shakti. When a snake is sitting idle, it is Brahman, doing nothing, idle. So whenever there is activity, it is the Divine Mother of same reality that we call Divine Mother. It's very comfortable to call it as the Divine Mother, Brahman and Shakti. And beautifully described as fire and its power to burn. So fire burns, it is very common example, from common we understand, but there will be distinction making the fire itself and the power of burning that the fire has. The power to burn, power to heat is called Shakti. Fire itself is called Brahman. So is fire and power of fire to burn be separated? It can be, it is same. Whenever there is fire, there is power to burn. Whenever there is power to burn of the fire, that is fire. So they are inseparable, only in terms it is described that way. When you want to describe the fire as something is present, ever present, like that, without any activity, you call it Brahman. When you say fire, what does fire do? Whenever there is action, the domain of Shakti comes. Divine Mother is also described as supreme nature, Parama Prakriti. So the nature we perceive with our senses, the nature, the supreme controller of the nature, the supreme being from whom the nature has all arisen. Nature means the whole universe, not only our small earth, small planet, but whole universe. The source of this whole creation is some being whom we call Parama Prakriti, supreme nature. That supreme nature, Parama Prakriti, primordial power, that Parama Prakriti manifests as this varied universe, ever changing. They say universe, now scientists also say ever expanding universe. There is action in the universe itself, not only in our sun or solar system. Whole universe is as it were expanding. There is movement, there is action everywhere, right from minute atoms, electron, everyone, there is activity going on, there is charge, there is power. In minute atom you go, and there is a huge planet, always they are in motion, some power going on. Where that power comes? Scientists, we try to explain through geomagnetic force that moves them, but all that force combined together from the nuclear force, the geomagnetic force, to any gravitational force, all we combine together, we can say it is the force, it is the power. What is that, the source of the power? When you come to the source, we call it Divine Mother. The divinity, the great source, the primordial power, Adya Shakti, that Shakti that is from the beginning that is there. Whatever we see is a manifestation of that power. What that power does, what that Parama Prakriti, supreme nature does, it creates, it manifests. From where it creates? From out of herself. That is there already, it is there. The power that manifests at this universe is called Mother, Divine Mother. It creates and also it sustains. How does it remain for so long? Till the universe is destroyed, or that the thing that we see and perceive are destroyed, it is sustained, it remains. Who makes its survival possible? It is also Divine Mother. It is creator and also it is the one who sustainer. And after being sustained for a certain time, then it again merges to its source from where it has come. That is called vinasa, destruction, death, whatever you call. That is more about the living system. When the living system starts not functioning, no breathing, no thinking, all goes, the body remains there. This is not yet destroyed, body is not yet destroyed. But the system is gone. There is no more action, no more consciousness in the body, no more power to think or move. All bodily functions, life functions are gone. That is called death. And when that dead body is finally consigned to the flames or buried in the ground and then it degenerates to its molecule, we call it destruction. So, death and destruction are also the work of the Divine Mother. If there was no destruction, how there will be creation? You see, all this creation goes back to its source and then again it manifests. If they say, if human beings or the animals wouldn't die, there will not be enough element for our children or next generations to have their body. All will be captured and logged in our body. So the elements, the compound, the chemicals that are logged in our body needs to be released and go back to the nature so that it forms the body of another living being, another human being, another animal. So like that, this cycling process going on, recycling is wonderfully going on. Holy Divine Mother is the best recycler of all living systems, living bodies. Without that, there will be no new bodies be built. So it will be all locked up. So this death, decay, destruction, everything is a very much part of this creation. Without that, creation will be incomplete. If it would be created and remain so for eternity, that will be incomplete creation. Because new thing will not come. Creation will stop. Creation is something it should never stop. Research says it should go on, the thinking should go on. So one wave will come, that wave will subside, another wave has to come. That's why it is ocean. Wave should not cease to come in the ocean. So like that, the things should come on new, the old should subside. When wave comes, wave should subside, the old wave, a new wave comes. That's how the Holy Mother, Divine Mother is said, Srishti Sthiti Vinashanam. You are of the nature of creation, nature of sustenance, nature of destruction. That is the power of manifested Divine Mother in the manifested form, in unmanifested primordial form. She is just lying with Brahman, not acting. And after when she starts action, another time has to come act. Then planets will be starting, the suns and the moons and the planets and the galaxies, all will be created, new nebulas will be there. All those things will come. That is the power of the Divine Mother. So, that who creates this all is called Divine Mother. And Shakti Bhute Sanatani, she is the power to create, eternal power that has become this. And she is eternal, always she is there, always in action. Maybe taking rest when there is lull in the creation, but that also doesn't seem, we don't know how this Shakti will be in lull. If Shakti is not working, then she becomes Brahman, the power there. But Shakti is always active. It is said is the mother, divine mother is Tvam Vaishnavi Shakti. Vishnu is the one who sustains this creation. The principle behind the sustenance of the creation of trilogy of Hinduism. Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. So Vishnu is the sustainer of this universe, the bedrock of this universe, where we all are sustained. Tuftam Vaishnavi Shakti. You are the Shakti of God, power of God. God works through you, O Divine Mother. If you are not with God, God is helpless. Shiva without Shakti is like dead. That's why they call Shabarupa Shiva. Shiva is like Shabarupa. Shava means dead body. Shiva is like dead body if he is not without Shakti. Not doing nothing, creating nothing. So he just is. That is thinking nothing. He just is. Nothing happening there. So whatever happens in Shiva, it happens through Shakti. That's why Shiva and Shakti has to be together. Shakti without Shiva also functionless. That she also cannot do. So Shiva and Shakti has to be there. Shiva is the basis, the reality, ultimate reality. Shakti is that creative power of that reality. Tvam Vaishnavi Shakti Ananta Virya. You have infinite energy. All energy that we see are the manifestation of the Divine Mother. Lightning, gravitational force, universe moving, all this is the Divine Mother manifested, and her power cannot be elaborated. Ananta Virya, that is you. Vishwasya Bijam, the very seed of this universe. The whole universe originates from you. Without you, there is no universe. Vishwasya Bijam Paramasi Maya. You are the supreme Maya. Maya is that which keeps us this show going on. Swami Vivekananda says, Maya is the statement of fact. That whatever happens, happiness, sorrow, misery, death, disease, health, all these that happens is Maya. This is the statement of fact. Diseases come and they are conquered, and again new come and they are conquered. Like that thing going on. People who are in trouble sometimes, where we live or survive or die, all these things coming doesn't matter for this all is being seen in Maya. Doesn't touch to our real core. There is no death of the self. Atman is ever living. What dies is this creation, and death is again, it is the recycling of the body. We call death and we are afraid of that death. So, that is what the Divine Mother is. Vishwasya Bijam Paramasi Maya. Another it says, Tvaitat Srijate Vishwam Tvaitat Dharete Jagat. It is you who create this universe, and it is you who sustain this universe. And Tvaitat Palyate Devi. Not you hold on to universe, but you sustain. You make the whole thing survive because of your power alone. Tvamat Syante Cha Sarvada. And all that ends in, it's not by you, it ends in you. We go to our source. The tree becomes seed. The tree produces seed means what? Everything that the tree has, it's all genetic features that goes into the seed. The seed becomes the tree, and the whole tree becomes many seeds. That the tree has become the small seeds. The big form of the tree will fall down and will degenerate and decay. But the tree, the source of tree has already transformed, has become small seeds which will be sowed down on the earth and will become again, that they have the power to become that tree again. So that is Anta, that is the end. End is not the end. It is the time or process just before the beginning. The destruction is the one step before creation. That's what it is said. Divine Mother is described in Chandi in various ways. You are the Vishnu Maya. You are the power of Vishnu. You are Chetana. You are the pure consciousness, Mother. You are. Brahman is supposed to be consciousness, Chaitanya. And here it says, you are Chaitanya. Actually, Brahman and Shakti are not separate. They are one. You are the Chaitanya. And you are Chaitanya of the whole consciousness, that is that is infinite and all-pervading. And also that very Chaitanya, O Divine Mother, you are manifesting as Buddhi in all living beings. You are the intellect. You have the power to think, power to decide, decisive power, power of determination. All that is because of you. When you are active, the right decision will be there. When you are ignored, there will be wrong decision. And ultimately the Chandi will say, whatever is there, it is you. Even the wrong decision is you. That's how it is said. Only we have to make the mind pure to have the right decision. Mother is rightly manifested. Otherwise, Mother will not be rightly manifested and we will do wrong thing. If we take refuge and accept whatever is told us to do, then there will be always right decision and right word and right thinking will be there if we follow what the Mother wants us to do. If we do not tread the path of Mother, then there will be wrong decision. Though it will be power, it will be negative power. Of course, it is also power, but negative power is there. Many things are done with the negative power, which is also comes from the source of power is only one. But why should we express our power negatively in suffering, in sleeplessness, in injuring others? Those are all negative things, and those should not be done. The Mother's power should be manifested in the power that Mother is, all loving, all kind, all good, all supporting. That way Mother's power has to be stayed. For that we have to be pure in mind. You are the intellect, thinking power, deciding power. And also you are Nidra, you see. When we are in Tamoguna, we are resting, sleeping nicely, forgetting the whole world, no creation. Nidra is like a temporary death. We are not thinking, we don't have ego that time, deep sleep, we are not doing anything, body is having breathing and heart is pumping, everything going on. But as far as ego is concerned, it is its activity is suspended. So that time also, that also is caused by you. If there is no grace of the Divine Mother, even the sleep will not come. So you are Nidra, Rupa, and some. You are in all being some time to rest, all being rest, and it is you. And not only sleep, you are also the hunger. We feel hungry because of your power, feeling hungry. We get food because of your power. And our shadow, every object has the shadow or the body, that's also because you. Shakti Rupena Sanstita. All the power that human being or any other being has, any other animal or any other being has, because of you. A tree, if you plant a seed on the ground and that seed grows into a big tree, from which power that small seedling, helpless, that seedling became a big tree, that power is the Divine Mother. That's called Shakti Rupena Sanstita. You are Krishna, the thirst, the desire. That is also you. Only we have to make that power, that thirst and hunger, the positive way. That is the spirituality. Spirituality will give the positive direction to all the powers of the Divine Mother. You are Jati, and it's Lajja Rupena Sanstita, beautiful. Modesty of a person, the humility that we call the Lajja, shyness actually, correctly, the verbatim translation, but you can take it as the modesty, as the humility, that is also you. And the peace that reigns, that also you, O Divine Mother. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That is also grace of the Divine Mother. Activity, bondage, ambition, desires, Divine Mother. Peace, cessation of all desires, everything peace and calm and serene. That is also Divine Mother. How many ways she manifests herself, that is all the power. All the Shraddha, you respect other person, you are grateful to other person. That Shraddha, the disciples' respect for his or her teacher, that is also Divine Mother. The Kanti, they find beauty in the things, beautiful flower, wonderful sky, the moon, all you, understanding of the beauty that you enjoy, the sunrise, that is also Divine Mother's manifestation. All prosperity are you, all different types of job are you. You are also Smriti, the memory. Without Divine Mother, we will not have our memory. How Divine Mother manifests in our life process. It is all the life process that being described in the Chandi. That all our life processes are nothing but the manifestation of Divine Mother. You are the kindness that is hidden in every heart. It is all the manifestation of the Divine Mother. And the satisfaction that comes out of selfless action, that is also you, O Mother. Not only that, you are the mother, the motherhood, the motherliness in every being, sarva bhuteshu, not only human being, not only woman. In every being the motherliness is there. Divine Mother manifests as that, somewhere more, somewhere less. In women definitely it is more, because they are the mothers. God created women because He couldn't come Himself. That is what who don't believe in incarnation, reincarnation, or incarnation of God or avatara, they say that way. God created mother because He couldn't come Himself. Mothers, God's most manifestation, kindness, service, courage, sacrifice, love, everything is there in Mother. So, Mother is the best example of God. That's why Divine Mother is so easy to feel God in the Divine Mother. When you think of God as the Divine Mother, we immediately becomes close to God. God who seems so far away, it immediately comes in us. The Mother seems to be Divine Mother. So, and also not only that, as I said, she has manifested everything as Bhranti, confusion, misunderstanding. That is also play of the Divine Mother. So when we have these problematic qualities, whom to pray? Mother, please don't manifest as Bhranti or as Khuda and the thirst and anger and passion. Mother, manifest in me as love, kindness and contentment and motherliness and humility. Please, Mother, that way, that is the prayer. What Swami Sri Ramakrishna once asked Holy Mother who was serving and stroking her feet. Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother asked, how do you look upon me? Sri Ramakrishna immediately said, the mother in the temple, Divine Mother whom he worshipped and whom he surrendered, who was for his all in all, that Divine Mother, the mother in the temple, the mother that gave birth to this body, who is now living in the house nearby, in the small house nearby, Nahabat, and you who are praising for me, all three are one. It is the Divine Mother that is stroking my feet. Holy Mother, his wife, was for Sri Ramakrishna, was Divine Mother and none else. So one story that where I read, it must be in Gospel, that one came, son's wife came, newly married, and she was very active and working and serving everyone, father-in-law, mother-in-law, husband and her children and everyone. Very active, working whole day. Then one day her father-in-law asked, Mother, you work so much. You serve us, you see that you press our feet even so that we are not tired, and so much of service, but no one serves you. Who will serve you? You are the last one to eat, you are the last one to go to bed, you are the first one to rise, and whole day working and nobody serves you. You must be getting so tired. The lady, this new wife, lady, the daughter-in-law, was very devoted, has deep faith, and says, why are you saying that, father-in-law? I am also served. Who serves you? You serve everyone. We don't see anybody serving you. Oh, when I'm tired, when I sleep, when I lie down and very tired, Sri Krishna comes, my Lord, my friend, the God. He comes and He presses my feet and I'm relaxed, I feel calmly. God whom she worships, she feels that God comes and gives her all relaxation and rest. That is what the God can become. When you have God, He is everything for you. All your support and relaxation and their sustenance, all God will look after. We don't depend on anyone else except God. That is the real surrender to God. So, Ram Prasad wrote a beautiful poem, which says, in Bengali it is, Ma hawa ki mukher kotha kebol prosav kore hoye na mata jodi na bujhe santaner byatha. Beautiful poem. It says, is it easy to become a mother? Is it easy to become a mother? Only by giving birth to a child, one doesn't become mother. If she cannot understand the suffering of her child, the mind of her child, what the child needs, what the child feels, what the child has to be served, if one doesn't understand the child in totality, that is not the true mother yet. Only giving birth doesn't make one mother. Ram Prasad says that mother created us. We know mother is looking after us. And when you have created and you are our true mother, so it's not that you created and went away. You are not looking. When you created, then you have to look after us in all the times, in all our suffering, in all our longing, in our desire to reach you, to find you in everyone. That you have to look for mother, because you are our true mother. You have not only given birth to this universe, you have not only created the universe, you are the sustainer of this universe. Dharyate, palyate, you sustain, you support this universe, and also you sustain every being in this universe. That's why you are true mother. That's why you are divine mother. So that is the divine mother. And this divine mother, where is divine mother? Thakur could see in the image. Living mother, helping, serving, walking, dancing, that Sri Ramakrishna could see. But for us, we have to see her more concrete. We go to the temple, we see beautifully decorated image, and we have to think, oh, here is Sri Ramakrishna saw living mother, here Swami Vivekananda saw living mother, and we bow down and pray, Mother, please take care, give us purity, make us your real son, may we do no mistake with do prayer. But where is that connection of true mother? We can't see and really feel in that sense intensely. We have to impose what Sri Ramakrishna felt, what Swami Vivekananda felt, that way, unless the mother comes in the human form. That's why this divine mother, all-pervading power, this creative power of this whole universe and sustainer and making whole universe go in laws of physical laws of the physical science and physical nature, that who runs this law and sees that law is observed, that divine mother, how to find you unless you come in the form of a human form. That's why in Shakti worship, that divine, universe, infinite mother is worshipped in the small feminine forms, like Durga, and this is Durga, beautiful image, Navayovana Sampanna Sarvabharana Bhushita. She is youthful, she is decorated with all ornaments, and she has 10 arms, and each arm has some weapon. So she is all powerful, protecting us from all 10 quarters, 8 quarters, east, west, north, south, southeast, northeast, etc., up and down. 8 quarters she protects us. That's why 10 arms are thought of. Imagine 10 arms with weapons. So she will not let harm happen to us from any way. So that's why Dasa Bhuja, Dasa Praharana Dharini. She protects all 10 quarters. She protects us. That's why human form. And this Durga Puja time, people become so elated and happy. Whole of Bengal and most part of India become so joyed. All people forget all the worldly transactions, animosity, all are forgotten. People are only in the thought that Mother is coming, Mother has come, Durga Puja, Mother in the form of and worship going on in the morning, and people wear new dress and children dance, and there is drums beating and the stotras being chanted and being worshipped, and really Mother comes in the form of that 10-armed deity, Durga, with all her children, Lakshmi, Ganesha, Saraswati, Ganesha and Kartika, and those are become like the real divine infinite power coming in the form of 10-armed feminine form, Mother Durga, having the same qualities, and everyone prays to her, Mother, please protect me, have grace on me. So whatever one needs, they ask to the Divine Mother with faith that when we pray to the Divine Mother, she will grant us whatever we need. The spiritual seeker will need spirituality. Worldly people need something they feel that is important for them in the world. So everyone has some problem in the world. So something they seek, and Divine Mother has come in the form of a feminine. So that is Durga. Similarly, Kali, another form of the Divine Mother. In the anthropomorphic form, human form, but with the ferocious. But that also is wonderful. People feel that Mother is there, she will remove my all obstacles, all problems, she will protect me from all disease, I will survive, and they pray to the Divine and find lot of strength. When we have strength and faith, then they say physically also we change. There's a boost of immunity, they say nowadays. If we are positive and fearless, then you have more immunity than a person who doubts and is fearful. Always afraid, oh maybe what will happen to me, what something will happen, infection will happen. No, to say I have a mother, what do I fear? She will protect me. That person has more physical immunity. Infection will not come. All this corona will go away from that fearless person. More that thing they will have. And if corona comes, real children of Divine Mother, oh I have sick, I have to go. Life is done. Okay Mother, I will come. But I will go to your lab, nowhere else, not in the darkness, because I have been your child. You send me to this world to perform this action, this acting, not one action, acting of being this, growing old, having this, having disease, getting well, getting sick, and all that problems and happiness and all that. I had enough of it. Now I want to go back to you, to your lab, where there is peace, there is nothing to worry about, and you are there and I am there. Ma achen ar ami achi bhavna ki ache amar. There is Mother, there am I. And what more thinking is there? What more worries are there? So when we are with Mother, there is no worry. Mother worries everything for us. So Holy Mother has also said like that, when I am there, just say that I have a mother. Don't worry and don't be afraid. That strength comes when we have faith in the Divine Mother. So, Durga, Kali, Shodashi, Bhuvaneshwari, all these deities are there in the anthropomorphic form. But that also does not totally satisfy us. We want to see the Divine Mother in really as a human being, in flesh and blood, having the mind like ours, walking on this earth, having born and living in the house, eating like us, and yet having the power to protect us. Then comes the Holy Mother, Sri Sharada Devi. Holy Mother was such a manifestation of the Divine Mother. She is the real living human form of the Divine Mother. Sri Ramakrishna saw that. I find no difference between you and the Mother Kali. You and the Mother Kali come in the form of this human being. Sri Ramakrishna saying, and through his understanding, it's not just a saying, it's all truth that he is speaking. Once, and we find so much of love. Matri Rupena Sanskita. She is the mother of the universe. She felt, I feel I am the mother of everyone. If I do not feel the motherhood on anyone, so I pity on him. But there is no such person that I don't feel I am not his or her mother. So that was Holy Mother's heart. How much manifestation of that infinite motherhood of the Divine Mother in Holy Mother. She even she used to serve Sri Ramakrishna. Once she was bringing food to Sri Ramakrishna's room, and one lady comes and says, Mother, can I carry food for Sri Ramakrishna today? And the Holy Mother gives that food to that lady. That lady comes to Sri Ramakrishna's room, puts the food and goes away. That was the great service she was doing. She felt so happy to do that. And after that, lady leaves the room. And Sri Ramakrishna sees that Holy Mother didn't bring the food, someone else had brought. The Holy Mother enters the room and says, why did you give to that lady? She is not of a very good character. You should not given with her. Then Holy Mother said, but she called me mother and requested me to bring food. Sri Ramakrishna said, okay, she called you mother, and she said, if someone says, Mother, it's very difficult for me to refuse. And she said, okay, today you have done, okay, fine, but from next time be careful not to send me food through anyone else. You should bring food and keep plate of food and keep it here. Holy Mother, such a docile, quiet being, what she says, no Thakur, if someone comes to me and addresses me as Mother and requests me something to do, I can never say no. I will give. If that lady comes tomorrow and says, Mother, I will take, I will have to give you the food, let her go. She is defying the command of Sri Ramakrishna, whom she accepts as the Supreme God, not only her husband. Sri Ramakrishna for Holy Mother was God, living God. And Sri Ramakrishna was not able to eat food. And he said, please eat. And Sri Ramakrishna started eating. We said, I cannot eat. It is touched by someone that is not very pure at heart, has some blemish in her character. That was Sri Ramakrishna's understanding, and he could feel. So, and Holy Mother said, please eat. If someone says Mother to me and asks me something, then I will have to give. I will give. I cannot say no. Please eat the food. And what Sri Ramakrishna did? He started eating. Can you see the power of Holy Mother? And see the motherliness in her? Anyone says Mother and asks something, I will give him, denying everyone. That's why she later said, if I protect you, and if anybody says that, someone said, Mother, if you do not, deny me, then I will go to the hell. What are you saying, my child? You are my child. No one has power, even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, even God doesn't have power to do any harm to my child. I am always there. The Divine Mother aspect, that great power aspect comes and speaks sometimes and is expressed sometimes, though always hiding. She was always hiding, didn't show any power, mostly. But sometimes it is to come, it is to be divulged through her mouth, the great power. Her this love for the people, to everyone. That was the great thing. Once one porter lady came and Holy Mother said, I didn't see you for a long time. Where were you? You used to send your son. What happened to him? Her youthful son of the porter had died. And listening to that, all the memories came to that lady and she started crying and wailing. And she said, Mother, that my son died a few days ago. I am now alone. And hearing this and feeling the pain of that porter lady, Holy Mother started crying and shedding tears, wailing even greater than that porter lady. How the feeling of this lady, could she feel totally into her the pain of other person? That's why that Ram Prasad saying, until the mother knows the pain of her child, how is she mother? Mother will not only give birth to the child, but she understands the pain of her children. Then that is the real mother. How a Holy Mother understands the pain of this old lady for whom she was a child, and she starts crying. One person was there, Amjad Ali was his name. Not liked by others, he used to do all nefarious work, his job had gone, he used to do robbery some places, but so much attracted to Holy Mother out of devotion. And he used to come, bring some food for Sri Ramakrishna and come from jail and come straight to Holy Mother. And Mother said, oh my child, have you come? All kindness and sweetness for this person who was disliked by whole village. Even the household of Holy Mother did not like him. And yet one person loved him most in the world and truly loved him, and that was Holy Mother. The Divine Mother manifested as in the human form and said, my son, come, you must be hungry. Please take the bath in the pond and then come and sit for eating. And he's sitting for eating. And then another lady, Nalini, didn't like him because he was not of a good character. He used to robber and do all the things that was not lawful. And throwing the bread from far away, Holy Mother took from there. Can anyone eat like that? As she would do to any other child, she got the bread and put on her plate with full of love and affection. How much is the Matri Rupena Sanstita, how much motherliness is expressed in all her things. people of supposed to have very questioning, not very clear, clean character is to visit to Holy Mother. Many people complain that those people come to you, but Holy Mother was always welcoming them, smiling. They would come, they would pranam, they would sit there, and they felt so much comfort in the presence of Holy Mother. Even a dacoit, when she was young, coming to Kamatpukur, she met a dacoit, real dacoit in the field where there was no one else at the dusk time in the evening. And Holy Mother was a little, she says, I was scared, I was alone. And this was really ruffian, robbing people. And the young woman going on there. She said, Father, you are here and I am alone. Luckily I met you. And that was the father was the dacoit. She addressed as father. And later when his wife came and said, Mother and Father, you are here, at least now I am protected, I am sure. She addressed as Father with full feeling, because with that address of Father and Mother, they also felt her, Sarada Devi, as their child, as their daughter, and treated her as their daughter. They took her, gave her company up to the next people located village and fed her something, whatever is found there, mudi or something, and then kept guard for whole night over her. Can you imagine? Just remember Swami Vivekananda saying, sisters and brothers in America. Whole audience stood on their feet and started applauding for minutes together and not stopping that deafening applaud just by listening to the words sisters and brothers. Because they felt we are all sisters and brothers, not only to this man, but we are all related. That intense feeling of oneness he could introduce. That Holy Mother, fathers he said, mothers he said, and they also felt they are father and mother. So there was one Padma Vinod, a drunkard, and coming at a late night. Holy Mother was sick and lying, and praying to Holy Mother, Mother, please open your own window, I want to see you. How this drunkard person at dead of night has the wish to just have the vision of Holy Mother. And to his surprise, really window opened at like midnight, after midnight, and Holy Mother, she could see the face of Holy Mother. And he was so happy, he started rolling on the ground and shedding tears in the drunken state and said, Mother, you are so kind, please remain in my heart. No one should see that you love me so much. Your grace, your affection, your love is so much to my heart. Please always remain in my heart. That was for a drunken person, and that person became so nice and later on gave up drinking and became a devotee, used to read Kathamrita and lived a very normal life and died very peaceful death. That's how this human form, the Holy Mother represents the human form of the Divine Mother. Swami Vivekananda had a great saying for Holy Mother. There was one incident, let me read that one for you. It was by Yogin Ma. One day the mother was preparing rolls of betel leaf in the Nahabat, and I was sitting by her side. I noticed that she prepared some rolls with cardamom and a few others with simply betel and lime. I asked, why didn't you add cardamom to these? For whom are these meant and for whom are those? The mother replied, Yogin, these specially spiced betel rolls, the special ones, are meant for the devotees. By taking good care of them, I have to make them my own. And these, the ones without cardamom, the ordinary ones, are for the master. He is already my own. What a practical person, you see. Guests come, she is offering, we think she will make better one for her husband, for Sri Ramakrishna, her Ishta, her God. But she is making the better one for the devotees and for the ordinary one for Sri Ramakrishna. That was Holy Mother, because to say that, but her love for everyone is great. So she wants the devotees to continue showing special affection to the people who are the new visitors. That was the practicality of Holy Mother, and love for everyone. It's not that she loved only Sri Ramakrishna, only Swami Vivekananda, but her love for universal love. And at the end, I would like to read one very nice from Swami Vivekananda. One very nice article is there from the lecture of Swami Kripamayananda. With this reading I will close. Really beautiful. I read and I thought I should give you the whole thing, not just this my words, but I want to tell it one words. Please listen attentively. One's own, but also of mothers in general. In Ramakrishna circles, it is equally inevitable to think of Holy Mother as Sarada Devi is fondly known. I can't contain myself when one draws near me and calls me mother, she said. More than 20 years ago, when I was in Chennai, I was asked by my monastic elders to go and assist in the Vedanta work in Boston. A retired professor who had taught in the West heard this and spoke with me. He painted a gloomy picture of life in the West and said to me in mock sympathy, I am sorry that you have a bleak future ahead of you. I could only smile. I hoped he was joking, although it didn't feel like that then. I knew then, as I know now, that the power to smile in the face of so distressing a prophecy came from Holy Mother. Swami Kripamayananda writes, no matter the challenges and difficulties involved, innumerable people all over the world today are facing life boldly and smilingly, thanks to a dynamo of power that originated in the tiny village of Jairambati in India in the middle of the 19th century. At first glance, Holy Mother appears an unlikely figure to inspire courage, boldness, enterprise, determination, qualities generally associated with manliness. One might say that Vivekananda is the right person to inspire these qualities in others, and he does. But that is not the point here. The question is, how is a shy, self-effacing, uneducated village woman able to inspire these manly qualities? The answer is that there is nothing specifically manly about being courageous, bold, enterprising and determined. And there is nothing womanly in being the opposite. It is time we got over such outdated, gender-biased and misleading classifications of the past. Vedanta students must try to transcend the male-female distinction and see every person as a human being. This is the non-negotiable starting point if we aspire to look even deeper and discover a divine being under the human cover. As humans, we need to meet the life challenges squarely and boldly, and Holy Mother shows us how to do it. When we read her life mindfully and meditate on it, we see an extraordinarily strong woman, human being, brimming with confidence, full of faith in herself and her ideal, and sure of what she was doing every moment of her life. What is more, she makes us feel we too can be like her. It is not just a matter of feeling like that. We do imbibe Mother's qualities when we become her children in the truest sense of the term. How does that come about, this becoming a true child? Simply by doing what she wants us to do. In other words, becoming an obedient child. Obedience is not always a virtue and does not always produce salutary results. Much depends on to whom we are being obedient. There is no danger in being an obedient child of Holy Mother. We have everything to gain and nothing to lose except our ignorance, bondage and fear. Those amongst us whose spiritual lives are influenced by the power and light of Ramakrishna's wisdom are Holy Mother's children. Ramakrishna himself was a mother's child, not just Mother Kali's, but also Holy Mother's. He said,
He saw no distinction between the Mother Kali worshipped in the temple, his biological mother Chandramani Devi, and his wife Sarada Devi. When asked how she looked upon Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother once admitted, as my child. Everyone who is associated with the Ramakrishna tradition is a Holy Mother's child, because she is the mother that powers, preserves, and guides the tradition. The story of the Ramakrishna tradition is the story of sacrifice, courage, faith, dedication, devotion, and determination. It is the story of Holy Mother's children who are armed with her assurance. Do not fear, my child. Always remember that the Master, Sri Ramakrishna, is behind you. I am also with you. As long as you remember me, your mother, why should you be frightened? Whoever has come here, whoever is my child, is already redeemed. Destiny dare not throw my children into hell. Free yourself from all anxiety by entrusting your future to me. Never fear. Whenever you are in distress, just say to yourself, I have a mother. I have a mother is a mantra, not just for the children in distress. It is for all of mother's children and for all occasions. Holy Mother makes everything possible. She really does it all by herself, but she likes to make her children feel she gets everything done through them. Her children know this, so they remain free from anxiety, jealousy, pride, and hatred. Freedom from these fills them with love and understanding, peace and joy. In whatever they think, whatever they say, whatever they do, they never forget the mantra, I have a mother. That helps. Every time we remember, I have a mother, we hear mother saying, you are my child. That is the human manifestation of the divine motherhood in full, and so close and near to our heart, so close to us in time, near to our heart. All power and glory, and yet so much of simplicity, so much of at our level, that Holy Mother, yet so much living presence we could feel through our prayers, and we get all the qualities that Tyaganandaji has so beautifully described from this human form of the Divine Mother. Thank you very much for being in this Sunday service, and we'll meet again next Sunday. Next Sunday is also a topic, something on the Divine Mother. This month, October, we'll have the Durga Puja, so we choose to talk something about the Divine Mother. Thank you. Now the closing chants. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Mahamai Ki Jai. Jai Swami Ji Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Buddha Ki Jai. Jai Isha Musha Ki Jai. Sarvastaratu Durgani Sarvo Bhadrani Pashyatu Sarvasad Buddhimapnotu Sarvatra Nandatu. Hari Om Tat Sat. May all be freed from dangers. May all realize what is good. May all be actuated by noble thought. May all rejoice everywhere. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all.